Hello, from Jim's Kitchen once again. Today, I'm going to show you a real easy way to make chili. Follow the recipe, it's foolproof, and you could change a few things if you want. I use 7 cans of kidney beans, so I mix it up. I do 2 cans of light beans, 2 cans of dark beans, and 3 cans of chili beans. Same with the tomatoes. I use 2 cans of diced tomatoes and then 2 cans of tomato sauce. So that's my variation of it. These are, you can see the ingredients there. And I grind my own meat. I get sirloin tip roast and I grind it up. And that machine, you cannot beat it, the KitchenAid. It has the grinder attachment, and when you have that, you can make these delicious chocolate chip oatmeal cookies. Oh, they're wonderful. And of course this is for the cook. Thank you, Jennifer and Justin. Merry Christmas. Okay, let me take a hit off this and I'll show you the ingredients. Okay, here we go. Now this is a list of the ingredients. Hopefully you'll be able to see them. I can zoom in a little bit better. But these are all the ingredients, all measured out, and if you follow them, they'll be okay. And once again, I always say this when cooking, and those of you that already cook know this, you could always add spices. You can't take it away. So if you think this might be too strong for you, do only half of the seasoning, taste it, and then add. Because once you put in too much, you ruin the whole thing. And then this is the process, the steps of making, once you get it all cut up and making it all. And what I do is, because it could be a little watery, so that's where the cornstarch and water come in. And it's really great. I learned this trick long time ago. Some people use flour. I use cornstarch. But you get a nice little glass container like this with a good fitting lid. Throw your tablespoon of cornstarch in there, cup of water, close the lid and shake the heck out of it. No lumps at all. And then you just gradually add it to your chili sauce and you'll see it. Don't put it in all at once. Put a little bit in, stir it up, let it cook, and you'll see it thicken up. So you add it very sparingly and you'll see it starting to thicken up. You won't use the whole cup, I guarantee it. So that's it. I got all the ingredients. Now I'll dice everything up and the next thing will be on the stove. So bear with me and we will be back momentarily. Okay, we've been sauteing the mushrooms, the onions and green peppers. You don't want to cook them too long where the onions become transparent, just so that they're tender. So we did the half cup oil, 2 cups diced onions, and 2 cups diced green peppers. Now that's a baseline. You could always add more. So hopefully this is what we're doing. This is all the ingredients. And then this is the steps. We put it in a big pan. We're sauteing the green peppers and onions, and now we're going to add the ground beef and brown it. That'll be the next step. So now if you don't have a big pot, you know, you could separate them and in 2 smaller pots. I have this big old pan, and so I can brown it all in one pan. But like I say, just separate, do half your green peppers, half your onions in one pan, and the other pan, and add your meat. Now, well, this is from the freezer. I already had it ground up. I grind my own meat, but you can, as long as you go and get a good quality meat, you know, sirloin, something that's lean, you don't want it floating in grease. So now we're gonna, hang on a minute. Now we're gonna brown it up, and then we're gonna switch it from this into this big pot, and then we'll start adding everything to it. So right now we're gonna brown it, and then I'll be back again. Okay, we browned the ground beef. Well, that looked nice. Got the onions and green peppers and ground beef in there. Oh, and this is for my friends out there. Nice mitt there, huh? Go Packers. But anyways, now, oh, hang on. Cheers, Jennifer and Justin. Okay, now we're gonna add the rest of the stuff, the next step in it. So now we transferred it into a big pot. We added the meat, the peppers, the onions, and the garlic. Now I add the garlic, chili powder, hot sauce. Now the hot sauce, it's your taste. I like different hot sauces for different things. For cooking, I like the Louisiana hot sauce. So that's what I'm going to use. It's to your preference, or you could leave it out. Now, I'm putting the bare minimum in as far as hot sauce and chili powder. This stuff you'll be able to feed kids. It's going to have a little zip in its doodah, not much, but it's not going to be fire engine hot. And again, you can always add to it. You can't take it away. So I'm making this big batch, and who knows who's going to eat it. I have company over. Some people might not like hot stuff. And those that do, you could have it on the side. You could dice up jalapeno peppers. You could have your hot sauce, your cheese, all your condiments on the side and add to it. But this, I guarantee you, kids will be able to eat it, no problem. Okay, so we're going to add the garlic, chili powder, the hot sauce, sugar, tomato sauce, diced tomatoes, tomato paste. Now the liquid I drain from the kidney beans, the 4 cans, not the chili ones. That I'll throw in later. And you add just the liquid to it. And we're going to bring up the heat for about 10 minutes on high, and then we'll reduce it and just simmer it, put the lid on it for about an hour. So we'll get back to you. That'll be our next step. Okay, it's been cooking for an hour, simmering for an hour with the lid on. And you can see a little liquidy, but that's okay. That's where the cornstarch will come in to thicken it up as you want it. Now I put all the beans in the pot here, and I will add them. The 3 different types of kidney beans, the light, dark, and then the chili beans. I get the chili beans because they have their own flavor in it, so that'll add to whatever I don't put in. Again, you could keep, have 7 cans of beans, all light, all dark, whatever you want. Like this is just a format for making chili. I like mixing things up a little bit. It adds to the taste. So now I'll let this go for 15 minutes. And then, because you can see right now, it's a little watery. So now this is where the cornstarch will come in. I'll let this go for 15 minutes, and then I'll add cornstarch. So we'll see in a bit. Okay, been about 15 minutes now. I threw the beans in and everything. Now this is the jar that I was telling about. Threw a good heaping tablespoon of cornstarch in it, a little water. You shake it up, no clumps. And I turn the heat up, crank the heat up to high, and I'll give it a little splash. And then we'll see how it looks. Now that's thickening it up. That'll thicken it up some, because right now it's a little watery. But you keep it. I keep the lid on it. I mean, if you didn't, you could boil it away. But that keeps all the flavors in, keeping the lid on it. So let that go for a little bit. And this is what I use when I make my chicken soup. I put it in Ziploc bags, get a good one, and I store them on a cookie sheet in the freezer. And then that way when they freeze, they're like a deck of cards. Just make sure you have a good seal. And whatever portion you want, and once they freeze, then you can move them wherever you want to. But it's a good idea, and you could store it however you want to, because this makes a whole bunch. So I just thought I'd share that with you. Oh yeah, and today the Packers are playing against the Bears. Go Packers. Yeah, you can see it's getting a little bit better now. And that'll do it. That will be enough. We'll let that go. Because it takes a while. You got to almost bring it up to a boil, and then the cornstarch will start working and thickening it up. You just don't want it really, you don't want it like soup, but yet you don't want it like paste. Okay, so since I'm doing this alone, we're going to try to get a picture of the man behind the camera. Let me adjust things here. Hopefully this will be the right height. I'm hoping. Cheers to everybody, and this is again Jennifer and Justin. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's very easy to do. Follow the recipe. If you have any questions, leave a comment on YouTube and I'll answer it. But it tastes good. And always remember, you can always add spices. You can't take it away. So if what I have on there you don't think you'll like, go half of it and taste it and gradually add to it. So with that, it's going to be kickoff time here pretty soon. Going to watch the Bears and Packers play in Chicago. Going to enjoy Miller Lite, and I got me some chili to have. Thank you for watching.